This Bible chapter is the most potent one that exists and will permanently transform your life. But I want you to check it for yourself. I want you not to trust me mindlessly. Not only me, millions of others all over have felt its transforming impact. If you are here, it is not by coincidence. Rather, it is by causality, as everything that enters your life serves a purpose for a precise principle controlling our existence. Thus, pay close attention, as what I am about to discuss today can start a fundamental transformation in your life. Great spiritual teachers and avatars have arrived on Earth throughout history to guide us toward better living, methods of manifesting our reality, and escape from the position of victims of circumstances. Today I will be sharing with you not just biblical information, but also a spiritual concept that will enable you to take charge of your life. Have you ever found yourself caught in a habit, as if you were at the will of the surroundings? Many people live like way, confused, terrified, letting events sweep over them, believing their existence relies on chance or luck. It need not be that way, however. The fact is you are capable of altering that. The secret is what I will show you today. People like you and me have found this idea throughout history and have been able to profoundly change their life. Almost seems magical. Furthermore, while you may not believe it, this information has always existed. Many have either disregarded or misread it. Therefore, today I want you to open your heart and mind to this instruction, as once you get it, you will never be the same once again. One of the greatest spiritual instructors to have walked the earth, Jesus of Nazareth, bequeathed a lesson that, while not recorded in the Bible as we know it today, has endured throughout the years in ancient books unearthed in caves by a simple shepherd. Preserved for more than 2,000 years, manuscripts within subterranean caverns revealed what many would see as the most profound and most illuminating lessons of Jesus. Historians and academics who believe these books, known as the apocryphal Gospels, showcase the very core of what Jesus came to teach us, have examined and decoded them. St. Thomas lost his gospel among these writings. Based on that gospel, what I am about to share with you today is such a strong message that, should you be able to grasp its actual significance, your life may turn completely around. The book says whomever discovers the significance of these words will not hate death. We are not discussing bodily death either. The real death discussed is much more profound. It is the spiritual death, that of your essence, that results from your aspirations, from your purpose in life. Since every one of us is a part of nature, everything that stagnates starts to perish. Whether in your relationships, your health, your income, or even in your spiritual development. If your life seems stationary in any one area, it indicates that you are in some sense dying in life. Some individuals let their life to stagnate. Hence, they are actually dying while living without recognizing it. It is not necessary this way, however. The poem I am going to share with you is the secret to releasing that inertia, waking and beginning to live with purpose and satisfaction. Jesus said that every one of us lives in the kingdom of God. It is not somewhere else. This is a very deep lesson, as it reminds us not to search outside of our current possession. Many think that the answers to their issues are beyond their reach, in other people, in outside events, or even in destiny. Jesus did, however, clearly tell us that we already had the ability to transform our life. He imparted to us the knowledge that our reality is co-created by us, and that our interior beliefs and emotions show out in the outside world. For a minute, consider this. How many times have you delegated to others power to manage your life, to inform you what is right, what you should do, or what awaits you? Sometimes it's the media. Other times it's family or friend viewpoints. Yet other times it's what society defines as usual. Jesus cautioned us, nevertheless, of the danger of mindlessly obeying those who guide us. According to him, the birds would arrive first if someone said the kingdom was in the sky. If it were in the water, the fish would follow. For what does this imply? Should we assume that the truth is outside of us and not inside us, we will constantly be victims of events and follow the flow. Still, the actual power is within you. The kingdom of God, that power able to utterly transform your life, is not outside but within you. And everything changes as you start to grasp this. You know you have the ability to create your reality. Hence, you no longer need anybody to tell you what is feasible or impossible. What you believe, think, and feel deep within your being will show up in your life. This does not imply that everything will be simple or that there won't be difficulties down road. If there are many difficulties in life, the difference is that you will no longer feel as if you are a victim of events once you realize the power is within you. Rather than that, you begin to perceive obstacles as chances for development, education, and manifestation of an even more strong reality. It is time to explore what it really means to live from that power now that we know that the kingdom of God is something you carry within and that genuine power is inside you. You begin to see life differently when you understand you are the author of your reality. It's more about your interpretation and response to those conditions than about what occurs outside. And here is when the lessons of Jesus become much more pertinent. Jesus gave us a clear instruction. Never let the outer dictate your inner state. This implies what in reality, you should not let the voices of the world, the media, the views of others, the limited beliefs of society, to determine how your life should be or what you can or cannot accomplish. You'll be passing up control of your life if you give up that authority or let those outside voices shape your ideas and feelings. However, if you stick to the truth that Jesus taught us, you will be able to fight such influences and start to show a life fit for your actual goals and aspirations. Consider it this way. You are shutting the doors to the benefits God has for you every time you embrace a limiting idea and allow doubt or anxiety to rule. You permitted your life to stand still. Recall what we discussed. Anything in nature starts to die when it stagnates, and the same occurs with us. We start to die while we are still living if we stop going forward and stop developing. Fear is among the main challenges we must overcome. One of the most strong weapons the planet employs to keep us under control is fear. They advise us to be afraid of shortage, disease, failing, and rejection, and we start to live captives of those anxieties if we let them. But Jesus imparted something very different. Real power comes from love and trust rather than from fear. Faith releases you, drives you on. Fear paralyzes you and holds you still. Jesus is also imparting to us direct access to that wellspring of power, love, and riches when he tells us that the kingdom of God is inside us. You need not look outside for what you already possess. This suggests that while everything in life will not be simple or that we will not meet difficulties, we can conquer any barrier with faith. Unlocking the ability you carry within depends on faith. How many times in the Bible do you see Jesus stressing the need of faith? Move from here to there. You might say to this mountain, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. Matthew 17:20. This chapter reminds us that our faith defines strength. It does not rest in outside conditions. The mountain stands in for any challenge in your life. And Jesus assures us we can move those mountains with faith. In the framework of our everyday life, however, what does it mean to have faith? Believing in God is just one aspect. Another is trusting that God has given us the means to design the life we want. It implies believing that the kingdom of God is inside us, that we are not alone, and that with faith, we can surmount any obstacle. Many individuals feel confined, paralyzed, or defeated because they have allowed other voices to overwhelm their beliefs. Little by little, people lose touch with their own inner force as they pay attention to what others tell them about what is feasible or impossible, about what they should dread or avoid. But today I want to remind you, you can alter it. You can start creating a life full of purpose and riches. You can rebuild your faith. You can reignite that inner fire. Jesus counseled us against depending on what others say or think of us. He imparted to us the lessons of looking within ourselves and of trusting in the divine direction constantly inside us. Often in the cacophony of the contemporary world, we overlook this. Opinions, news, criticism, and judgments abound, and it's easy to forget what actually counts. Jesus tells us, nevertheless, that the kingdom of God is inside each of us, and that we need not search outside for what we already possess within. Living from this reality sets off something amazing. Outside events start to shift. You start to take charge of your life instead of feeling like a victim of the events in the world. You come to see that you co-create your reality, and that what you think in your heart and in your intellect will show up in your life. This implies that while there may be difficulties, you will encounter them from a fresh angle. Obstacles will not stop you. Rather, they will provide chances for personal development, learning, and strengthening of your faith. Moreover, if you approach such difficulties with this kind of thinking, you will realize you are capable of conquering them. Jesus' lessons are unambiguous. The power resides inside of you. Let not doubt, fear, or other people's views destroy that power. Recall that you already live in the kingdom of God and that with faith, you can conquer anything. With faith, you can move any size mountain that stands before you. Thus, today I would like you to consider this. Ask yourself, do I allow outside events shape my life, or am I living from my inner power? Am I looking for answers elsewhere, or am I depending on the kingdom of God within me? Above all, also, am I ready to live from trust rather than from fear? The answers to these questions could permanently transform your life. You possess everything you need to have a life rich in love, abundance, and direction. God's kingdom resides inside you. This is the moment to recover that authority and begin living from your inner truth.